Parts of a neuron. Now we'll talk about the structure of the nervous cells, neurons, main nervous cells that carry electrical signals. That's the body of the cell, and there are several types of extensions. Short and branching extensions are called dendrites, and dendrites are receptive or input region of a neuron. All electrical signals that arrive to that cell coming through the dendrites into the cell body, and then later they will be carried away through the axon. Axon is an extension that starts in this area called axon hillock. Axons are long extensions, and each neuron has only one axon, and that axon ends with short branches. At the end of each branch there will be axon terminals. Those axon terminals communicate with other neurons, or sometimes muscle cells or endocrine cells, and activate them through electrical signals. So axons generate and transmit nerve impulses away from the neuron cell body. Now we'll talk about neuron classifications. First classification by shape. Most of the neurons are called multipolar because each neuron has several dendrites and an axon, so several extensions. Some neurons are bipolar, one dendrite and one axon. And finally we have unipolar neurons. They have only one extension, and then it branches, and part of it serves as an axon and another part serves as a dendrite. Now, functional classification of neurons depending on where and how they carry the signals. There are three types: sensory or afferent neurons. They transmit impulses from sensory receptors towards the central nervous system. So, from our muscles, from our bones, joints, skin, internal organs to the brain and spinal cord. Then we have motor or afferent neurons. They carry impulses from the central nervous system to effectors, from brain and spinal cord to the muscles and organs. And we finally have interneurons or association neurons. Those are sitting inside of the brain and spinal cord and connect different parts of the brain and spinal cord to each other. Now, myelin sheath. So special cells in the central and peripheral nervous system wrap themselves around their axons for protection and insulation. That protection and insulation also increases the speed of nerve impulse transmission through the axon. How it happens? That cell or part of the cell, when neuron is only developing, comes close to neuron and starts wrapping itself around the neuron, just like their cast when somebody breaks their arm or leg. Cast is wrapped around that arm. In the peripheral nervous system, that cast or that myelin sheath is formed by Schwann cells. So Schwann cells form myelin sheaths, wrapping themselves around, and each of them is a separate cell. Between them there will be tiny gaps called nodes of Ranvier. And that bulging for the nucleus of Schwann cell is called neurolemma. Cytoplasm is bulging. Some of the axons are unmyelinated. Those usually are tiny axons. While normal axons have all those wrappings, those unmyelinated axons, small ones, are just sitting inside of the Schwann cells on the sides of it. There can be several of them, and they are still insulated from each other by that Schwann cell, but they are not completely protected from the outside. That's why they are called unmyelinated axons. Electrical signal goes slower through unmyelinated neurons.